Hi there, Erica Hargaden here, certified child sleep consultant with my private practice Babogue. I'm the creator of the Sleep Series, which is an online sleep program that uses my 7 steps to better sleep, all based around video content to help you on your sleep journeys with your little ones. And I'm a mum of 3, so I bring a lot of personal experience in relation to child sleep and what I've seen in my own family life, as well as the clients that I've worked with in my private practice. I've had lots of requests through the Q&As for typical routines, and this is something that I'm going to cover off over the coming weeks and months through various age ranges. Firstly, today we're going to look at the age range of 4 to 6 months, and this is a time frame where there's lots of sleep progression and regression and lots of sleep maturity and forming in your child's sleep. So lots of sleep evolvement going on, but it is a great time frame to establish routine with your little ones and really lay those sleep foundations for them. So I would always ask people to start their day at 7 o'clock in the morning every day, regardless of what has happened during the night. And this is quite hard. If you've had a bad night with your little one and they're still asleep at 7 o'clock, you just want to leave them sleep because you want to get some rest. But in doing that, you're not kick-starting their day and you're not getting their bodies into a rhythm with their circadian rhythms, with their natural sleep cycles. So if you start their day at 7 o'clock, you have a starting point. So you have a stepping stone for how the rest of the day can go. I would like to see parents take children out of their sleep environment at that stage. So you start their day at 7 o'clock, head on downstairs or into a brightly lit living space and do your first milk feed of the day, be that breast or bottle feeding outside of a sleep environment. Then, if you're kind of closer to the 6-month stage, you've started on solids, you'd be looking at giving your child their solid meal after they've had that milk feed. But if your baby is 4 months, you probably haven't started on solids yet. So you're looking at starting the day with a really, really good milk feed. At this age range, you're looking at probably a max wake window of about 2 hours. So if you've started their day at 7 o'clock, you know that a nap is going to be due at some stage in and around or before 9 o'clock. So getting them down for sleep at that time is important. Maybe it's only going to be 45 minutes because sleep maturity is happening at this time frame. Daytime sleep maturity is only starting. So your baby only might be capable of doing 1 sleep cycle. But as they get closer to 6 months, this generally starts to evolve and change. And really working on their sleep initiation and their sleep maintenance is important at this point. So get them down for a sleep. We'd love to see them sleep 2 sleep cycles. Let's see what's happening. But by using your wake window guide from when they wake up, you know when the next nap is due. But this is all talking about, I suppose, what would be nice on paper. But what's on paper isn't always reality. So just keep that in mind. So if, let's say, they go down at 9 o'clock and they sleep for an hour and a half, then they would be up about 10:30. And you'll be looking at offering them another milk feed at that point. So breast or bottle feed after their sleep. So you'll notice that I'm doing the feeds after sleep and not right before sleep. So disassociation of feeding from sleep. Then, if your child is on solids, you'd be looking at offering a solid meal at some stage after 11 a.m. So maybe between 11 a.m. and 12. What you're looking to do is make sure that your child is nice and full and satisfied going down for their next sleep between 12 and 12:30. So you see what I'm doing? The 2-hour wake window. So if they're awake at 10:30, they're going back down at about 12:30, depending on your child's capability. But if your child is not on solids yet, you might look to offer them a top-up feed. So like a top-up feed if breastfed baby, maybe a slight top-up of a bottle, but not right before they go to sleep and not in their sleep environment. Always disassociate feeding from sleep. So let's say they go down for that nap, and wouldn't it be absolutely fabulous if they slept for an hour and a half? You've got to see what happens. But use your wake windows as your guides. But on paper, let's say they sleep for an hour and a half, they get up at about 2 o'clock. Wonderful. offer them another milk feed at this stage. So again, they're having their milk feeds after sleep, not right before sleep. And then you would be looking at them going for another sleep about 2 hours later. So this third nap of the day would fall between 4 and 5 o'clock. I love this nap to be an out and about nap. The other two naps, I would encourage you to start trying to land them in the cot to encourage cot napping. But the third nap is the first nap to drop. So get out and about, go for a walk, get a bit of fresh air, meet your girlfriends for coffee. Do you know, have a bit of time out outside of your house, because working on napping can be frustrating and it can be a time frame where you're spending quite a bit of time at home. So get out for a walk, but make sure your baby is awake by 5 o'clock. That way you have a lovely stepping stone to bedtime. So when they're awake at 5, if they're on solids, I would recommend that you offer your solid meal at that point. And then afterwards at about 6 o'clock, offer them their milk feed. Again, disassociation of feeding from sleep. You're doing this in a brightly lit living space that is not associated with sleep. And you'll notice that I'm asking you to offer it an hour prior to bedtime. So I would recommend for this age range that bedtime be 2 hours or so after their last sleep. So if they're awake at 5, bedtime is at 7. So you see that I've created stepping stones using the wake windows and using your milk and solids to give you a routine over the day. Yes, guys, they're not robots. So this is all a guide on paper, let's say, or on video in this case. It doesn't always work out like that. So use your wake windows as your stepping stones to help you maybe reclaim the day if things don't go as you might have wanted them to go earlier on in the day. You'll be able to make it up and you'll be able to make it work. Now, at this age range, it would be highly unlikely that a baby would be able to go from 7 o'clock to 7 o'clock without a feed. Unlikely. So put that out of your head. It's probably not going to happen. I would recommend that you offer a dream feed at approximately 10:30, and that you are probably going to have a baby waking at some point during the night for another feed. A breastfed baby at 4 months may actually be waking for 2 feeds during the core night. So keep your expectations real over what your baby is able to do. A breastfed versus a bottle-fed baby will be doing 2 different things in terms of their sleep throughs and their sleep capability at this age range. I hope you found that useful. If you want to know more about me, take a look at my website, babogue.com.